How's it going, you sexy beasts? Today we're grabbing the MSW-R light machine gun for the Terran Republic's heavy assault class, which was suggested by the badass ToxicTroublemaker. If you want to suggest another weapon to be reviewed in the future, go ahead and drop a comment in the section below, or upvote other comments, and I'll select one of the top comments for the next weapon review. As for this video series, I'll probably be swapping it up next go around, where I'll cover one weapon that is suggested by one of you badasses, but I'll also include the faction equivalent weapon for each other faction. This will hopefully make the videos a bit better in the fact that I will include everyone instead of just one particular faction. But enough of that, let's review the Terran Republic's MSW-R light machine gun for the heavy assault class. The Terran Republic's MSW-R is designed from the ground up to shift the role of a light machine gun into the adaptability of an assault rifle. Much like the new conglomerate's GD-22S or the Vanu Sovereignty's Orion, the MSW-R's low-yield ammunition supply, low recoil, and a lower hip-fire spread in comparison to other light machine guns. Directly compared to the stock T9 Carve light machine gun for the Terran heavy assaults, we're given a slightly lower recoil, a bit harder first shot recoil multiplier, a slower bullet velocity, and a little more than half of the total carried ammo. Filling in a very weird role, the MSW-R doesn't quite seem to fit into the needs of any particular soldier unless you're only fighting in close quarters. The only redeeming factor that this weapon could hold over the T9 Carve is that controllable recoil. Having a lower vertical recoil and horizontal recoil tendency to pull to the left, the MSW-R's recoil control is extremely easy to handle. So where's the number supporting everything, right? Well, since this is a Terran Republic weapon, each bullet deals 143 damage maximum up to 10 meters and falls off to 125 damage at 65 meters. When caught in close quarters, the MSW-R will drop a target with 7 bullets and will drop a target with 8 bullets when engaging at longer ranges. Still holding true to being an assault rifle type LMG, we've still got that 750 round per minute fire rate, which is on par with the T9 Carve's fire rate. With that fire rate of 750 rounds per minute and a 7 bullet kill at close quarters, the MSW-R has a time to kill of 0.56 seconds if every single bullet is to hit its mark. If we take into consideration the realistic accuracy of players being about 30%, the time to kill slows down to a more realistic 1.87 seconds at close range. Medium range engagements have a time to kill of 2.14 seconds with its 8 bullet kill capacity. Time to kill for this weapon is identical to the T9 Carve and the Orion, which is still rather quick in comparison to other weapons of the same class thanks to that very delicious 750 RPM fire rate. Magazine capacity of the MSW-R is 50 rounds, with another 250 rounds available in the reserve. Despite being a hefty LMG, there is no extended magazine attachment available to this weapon. With its 50 round magazine, we can take up to 7 enemies out per magazine, with another potential of dropping another 35 with a reserve. It's not quite as much killing potential as other weapons, but that's just due to the lower ammo capacity compared to other light machine guns. Since it does have a smaller magazine, it's also got a quicker reload to compensate. Short reload for the MSW-R is just shy of 3 seconds at 3.045 seconds precisely. Long reload without a round in the chamber is 3.65 seconds. Both are nearly half the time to reload that of standard 100 round magazine light machine guns. Vertical recoil pulls upward at a rate of 0.35 degrees, which is the second lowest vertical recoil pull of any Terran Republic weapon. Horizontal recoil has a leftward pull bias, making recoil compensation a cinch as the barrel of the weapon will pull upward and to the left consistently. First shot recoil multiplier is a staggering 2.5 times, making this the highest kicking LMG for the Terran Republic arsenal on the first shot. With that, bump firing on this weapon isn't really advisable due to the high first shot recoil, and since the MSW-R is designed to be built for close quarters combat, the cone of this fire is the tightest of TR LMGs, making hip fire extremely easy. Muzzle velocity of rounds fired from this weapon move at a rate of 580 meters per second, which is the slowest available across all other Terran Republic LMGs, but isn't really a stat that hinders the design of this weapon. Now that we all know how the weapon is built, it's time to suit it up. The MSW-R is far from being a great all-around weapon, but is designed to be a great close-quarters combat weapon when needing to defend a biolab or assaulting an entrenched enemy. There's not a lot that this weapon needs to be a beast in close quarters, but might as well make it stronger than it is, right? The biggest choice of attachment available to the MSW-R is the fact that an advanced laser sight can be attached to it, giving that awesome hipfire potential and even stronger presence, making the hipfire a near laser to eliminate targets in close quarters. The only other attachment available to the rail slot is a forward grip, and there's no reason to pick up a forward grip on a weapon that only pulls to one side with horizontal recoil. Sadly, there's no compensator attachment for the MSW-R, but luckily for us, we don't really need one. For the barrel attachment, the only other recommendation I would have would be the suppressor. As well being close quarters, the reduced bullet velocity has no detriment on this weapon being used in close quarters. Also, staying off the minimap is amazing, all the while murdering your enemies ruthlessly. Finally, the optics of choice. Honestly, this is just your own personal preference. I think the infrared night vision scope is just hands down the best choice, solely due to the fact that light assaults tend to use underbarrel smoke launchers quite frequently. The ability to highlight enemies through smoke and dark areas is just unparalleled, especially with a CQC oriented weapon, all while also having that awesome crosshairs from the sight itself. Last but certainly not least is the ability for us to add an ammunition type to be loaded up. The only available bullet we have to load up in the magazine is soft point ammo, which further slows our bullet velocity with an equipped suppressor, but helps us retain that 7 bullet kill up to another 5 meters, which could mean life or death of a target you're firing upon. A rather slow bullet velocity in comparison to other weapons will make a bit of a difference when engaging targets where the soft point ammunition will actually shine. Keep in mind though that a suppressed and soft point ammo loaded weapon will be a pain to use when firing at targets moving parallel to you at medium ranges. As a Terran Republic heavy assault, you've no doubt used the T9 Carve in the past, and hopefully you liked it. Taking the fire rate, manageable recoil strengths of the T9 and slapping it onto a 50 round magazine with a shorter reload and better hipfire, you've got yourself a beast of a close quarters weapon. Sadly though, anything past the 15 meter mark just felt like this weapon quickly lost its luster. I've lost track to how many times I've completely run out of ammunition with this weapon when fighting across the plains of Indar, where I'm stuck with an 8 bullet kill and an extremely high fire rate that's not really serving any benefit. The role this weapon fills is extremely limited, only giving the player the ability to efficiently engage targets within confined areas, such as biolabs or inner towers of outposts. Anything past that, you're far better suited to switch weapons to a T9 Carve, where you'll be better suited for just about any engagement, or my personal favorite, the TMG 50. The 50 round magazine coupled with the very low 250 round reserve seems to cripple this weapon solely due to the fact that it fires at 750 rounds per minute. Meaning if this weapon was belt fed, you'd fire through its full ammo supply in less than 25 seconds. Luckily, the only redeeming factor for this weapon is its cost. The MSW-R is a tier 1 priced weapon, meaning it costs 100 certification points or 250 station cash. Equipping the weapon will cost you more certification points than actually unlocking the weapon itself, funnily enough. Getting rid of those iron sights would be my first suggestion, swapping them out for the infrared night vision scope for 30 certs. Following the optics, we'll equip the rail slot by grabbing the laser sight and its advanced version for 100 certs each. Slap a suppressor on the end of the MSW-R's barrel for another 100 certs. Last but not least, we'll load up the soft point ammunition for the final 100 certs. After getting this LMG all ready to rock, you'll be spending 530 certification points total to unlock the weapon and dress it up with your favorite attachments. So there you have it, you sexy beasts. The Terran Republic's MSW-R light machine gun. I was honestly hoping for more from this weapon, but it just seemed to fall so short when actually used in game. The area of proper usability with this LMG is just so thin that I can't warrant actually picking it up. The T9 Carve is just far too similar, has a lot more ammunition, and doesn't cost anything to unlock it. So what all do you badasses think about the MSW-R? Have you tried it yet? What's your favorite aspect of it? Let me know in the comment section below. Also, you guys may or may not have noticed, but my upload rate recently has been pretty slow. This past week and next few days have been stressing me out severely, and I just haven't had time to sit down and properly put out a high quality video. So I apologize in that regard. Aside from that, I hope you all enjoyed this video, and if you did, please give it a mega super awesome big ass thumbs up. If you didn't enjoy this video, thumbs it down and let me know what I can improve upon. If you haven't already, go ahead and follow me on Facebook and Twitter to be kept up to date with all the latest news about the channel. Want to see more videos like this? Then go ahead and subscribe. It's completely free.